everybody, and happy Wednesday. Today is February 19th, and you will be creating with Colleen today. My name is Colleen Magnus, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Chesapeake, Virginia. And yes, Sally just popped on and said, it's starting to snow in Virginia Beach. We are so happy. In fact, giddy. I'm looking out my window now. We are getting snow today in Chesapeake, and if they're right, we're going to get lots of snow. I don't need snow multiple times a year, but I love it at least once a year. I mean, they're calling like, what, 9 to 10 inches at least? So yesterday I went to the store and bought stuff I don't even need because I could. I plan on cooking and baking, and Tyler and Lindsay are actually going to be going to the beach, of all things, for their Christmas gift. They're going to the beach this weekend, but they should have a good time, and then I get the grandkids. So that makes the snow even better. With my luck, they'll say, no, we don't want to go outside, and I'm going to be like, come on, we got to go build a snowman and make some snow cream and all that good stuff. But until then, I know Diane said it was cold in Chesapeake. Yes, it is. Until then, we are going to create. I'm going to try to slow down. Normally on my Wednesday lives, I come to you every Wednesday at noon Eastern time. I normally try to take it easy. I don't, I just come up here and create. But today I had not seen my neighbor in a while, so I went and had coffee with Debbie. And then I came home and had to call a friend who called me yesterday. And then I've been having some issues with my propane company. So of course they call. So I just realized I haven't even had breakfast. It is noontime, but we'll just go right into lunch. And Danny's so funny. He's like, well, can't you call in a snow day and not do your live? And I was like, kind of hard, honey, when you work upstairs. Plus, I have a really, really cool card to show you today. Again, it's one of those cards that you can do 2 different ways. I did them with my team last night on our mystery Zoom and worked through the bugs. So I promised them I would do that today on my live, so that this way I can go ahead and, go ahead and show you how to do it, post it on our team Facebook page, and show them how to do it. So anyways, welcome, welcome. I am going to turn the camera down, and I'll check my comments. But again, you're in for a treat today. And it was inspired by a very dear friend named Stephanie LeBeck. So Stephanie has always been an inspiration to me. She's one of the strongest people I know, and she's one of the most creative people I know too. And she will send me cards from time to time. So when she sent me this card, she said, I know you love special folds. And as I was looking for something to do last night, Stephanie, I just want to thank you personally for the inspiration, because this card is all about you. Here we go. So let me turn us down and around. And I'm going to keep looking out my skylights. Danny said there were flurries, but I'm not seeing any yet. But today, I know I will at least be walking out in the snow. And come tomorrow, if not later tonight, we are going to be playing in the snow. Just a big kid at heart. Woo, so snowy West Virginia. Hey, Melinda. Okay, it's starting to flurry in Virginia Beach. Sally, yay. Hello, Teresa and Diane. Yes, we are waiting for the snow. Bonnie, I'm glad you're here. And Joan from Connecticut. Emily, yes, Emily, it was great seeing you this last week, Miss Donna. So what Donna is talking about was this past week, we were at a retreat from Tina MacArthur's retreats she does in the Outer Banks. You can check out her Facebook page at Creations from the Heart Scrapbooking, and it was a great time. You are right on the ocean. We had a beautiful unit that we stayed in, and y'all, I have to confess, the room I stayed in had a huge jacuzzi tub in the bedroom. So you know what I did every night. Whenever I travel, a good hot bath is my therapy. And oh my goodness, it was awesome. So much fun. And Donna, if I remember, you did diamond art. We had a gal who did jewelry the whole time. So it's not just paper crafts. If you want to get away and have a great time relaxing, Tina puts on one of the best retreats I've ever been at. From the food to the door prizes to the challenges she has. It's just amazing. So check her out on her Facebook page. Let me see. Hey, Lynn, I got to stamp with you yesterday. Hello. Hello, Amy and Heather, Hilda. So Amy's already got an inch in Chesterfield. It's supposed to really come, Amy. But I never count my chickens before they hatch, because here in Virginia, they have actually said once before. They canceled school and everything. Oh, we're going to have snow. We did not have one flurry. I don't think that'll be the case now, but when they tell me we'll get 10 inches, I'll believe it when I see it. And I'm looking forward to it. Oh, yes, it's cold in Alberta, Canada, isn't it, Judy? I'm sure it is. Evelyn, I got your email. I was on a retreat and haven't had time to answer it, but I just want you to know how blessed I am that you watch me all the way from Germany. Just always brings a smile to my heart when you pop in on the screen. And anybody who does not get my newsletter, that's what Evelyn was asking me about. You can go to creatingwithcolleen.com and request my newsletter, and I will keep you abreast of everything that's going on with Stampin' Up. I will send videos and inspiration. It is all positive all the time, all Stampin' Up. Heather's watching from the UK. Very cool. And Mary, Wendiana, Amy, you're expecting 6 to 9. Okay. Well, if I keep talking, oh, I saw a flake. Ah, I saw some flakes. Okay. We better create. Otherwise, I won't have as much time to play. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm just so excited. Okay. So this is a card. Let me slow down. Let me take a deep breath. Oh, you probably felt like you were drinking out of a fire hose. Okay, so here we have the card that Stephanie sent. And it says, happy birthday. When you open it up, it is like this. It's just a really cool card. So I'm going to show you how to make it 2 ways. I think both are simple, but the first way is ultra simple, and you're going to love it. So this is a card. And it was funny. She said this should have been the opposite side of the designer paper. Stephanie always says there's no mistakes in stamping, just opportunities for embellishments. And I believe you, Stephanie. But honestly, I loved this right here. So to me, it wasn't even a mistake to begin with. But this is her card, and we are going to create that. So let me show you a couple samples, and then I'll show you the one that we're going to make. This here, I love this paper, and you might not even be familiar with this paper. This is Stamp Says. It says, in case you need me, I'm here. So this paper is actually an online exclusive. And I'm always afraid you gals and guys will miss online exclusive products if you're not on my website looking. So this is called Winter Meadow. It's a 12 by 12 paper. It was in one of our mini catalogs and they carried it over. But look how amazing this paper is. Right here, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So you've got some pretty peacock. You've got some blueberry bushel. Just gorgeous, gorgeous colors. And how appropriate that it's Winter Meadows on a snowy day. So this paper, I'll give you the item number in a minute because you would see it on the online exclusives, but sometimes when you go to order, or if you want to put this in a starter kit as one of your items, you can always do that. Now this I always thought was cool because you can actually cut it at an angle and use both sides, I think, for a scrapbook page, in my opinion. And then look at this. Even here, I love when Stampin' Up! Does this. You can cut this in half. And then if you cut it into 4-inch sections, you have 6 cards. And I hope you can see right here, to me it was kind of made for the card because they have the deer at the bottom. Awesome, awesome designer paper. So this item number, if you want to add it to your cart, is 162133, and it is called Winter Meadows. So I use that here. Now the other thing I used with it, this is actually in the mini catalog. It's called Beautiful Butterflies, but I got mine free during Celebration. So y'all know it is Celebration time, and Stampin' Up! Originally in January had our little mini Celebration catalog, and I'm going to be showing you some products in here. And I have a lot of videos on this, so please check under my live. But then the second month, what I love is they always come out with additional products. So I sent this in an email, my newsletter, but from February 4th only through the 28th, when you spend a minimum $60 orders, you can pick any of these items for free. And I think the star of the celebration, even though they were all great, this is a Celebration Alphabet a la Mode dies. That is a set of alphabet dies and numbers that you can get free with a minimum $60 order. I am using the Celebration Beautiful Butterflies Photopolymer stamp set, which is gorgeous. And that's how I got mine when I ordered my $60. But there's punches and more tools. So don't let Celebration slip by. We've got a little over a week left. But this is a stamp set that I use and I absolutely love it. So here, it's driving me nuts. That color is Moody Mauve. So Moody Mauve and Pretty Peacock go great together. And then I love it because it says, in case you need me, I'm here. So we've got that there. And again, you can earn that free. And let me see, the one that I'm going to make for you though, that I was dealing with last night, I'm going to do the first one the easiest way with the Bloom's Impressions Celebration paper that you can get free. And then here, this is the time of the year, I'll be honest with you, that I start panicking. Because every time a mini catalog comes out, and then we have all these new online exclusives. I mean, we're getting more online exclusive products released next month, like in a week and a half. We forget about this annual catalog. So coming up in March, we're going to get a retiring list of what is not going to be available anymore in this catalog. And it makes me so sad because a lot of times I haven't even focused on this catalog because I was so busy on the mini catalogs. And I'm going to try to stop that because there's some great items in here. And what I'm creating with, these are one of the items. On page 34 and 35, you have what was called Mediterranean Blooms. And it is gorgeous. The paper, let me hold this up here. The designer paper is perfect. I mean, we were in Sorrento and the lemons were just amazing. So whether you're scrapbooking or whether you're doing cards, the backside is all in the beautiful Night of Navy and what's the other colors? All our blues. How's that? All our blues. Balmy blue. Beautiful. So this is a stamp set. And again, it's a lot of fun. It lends itself great for coloring, whether you want to do the pencils, whether you want to do the markers. The dies are awesome because you have this large die, which you see right here as a sample. So that is a huge background die. And then you have these dies. And I'm going to use the dies because the coordinating designer paper right here, these two dies cut out the pieces. And that's where I got this from. So this was not colored. This was my designer paper. And something I haven't told y'all in a while, when you have your dies, a lot of people do like to put like a magnetic sheet on this side of their case and then put all the dies in here. And then this way you have the stamp set and the dies together. I keep mine separate because there are times when I like to pass on retired product. But what I have here, whenever you get it, it can be like a puzzle putting it together. So go ahead and trace your dies while they are in there before you even pick them up. And then when you're putting them back together, you know exactly where to put your dies. That was a trick Debbie Wilson taught me, my sweet Debbie Wilson. And I tell you what, it is a lifesaver. So that is what I'm going to be using for the second one. Let me just set these over here. But here, what I did, the first one I'm going to do it and show you strictly how to do it with designer paper only. Second one, we're going to make it to where you have the 1/4 inch cardstock. So it opens like that, and I even made it into a gift card holder. So this is the one we're going to create together, the second project. Let me show you the first. All right, let me check my comments real quick. Hello, Patty from Massachusetts and Kay. Yes, I am so excited, Heather. I love the snow. I cannot wait to start making bread and eating out of a bowl. That is coming too. So Evelyn said she didn't want to buy the butterflies because she has so many of them. Totally agree with you there, Evelyn. But getting them for free led me to buying the dies nevertheless, and it is worth it. I totally agree, Evelyn, because what she is talking about is in the mini catalog, you get the stamp set. Do I even have it here? I'll grab a catalog in a minute. But then this butterfly has dies that coordinate with it, and it's a hybrid die. So you've seen me use those before, and with the hybrid die, it cuts and embosses at the same time. I am right there with you, Evelyn. I said the same thing. Say, hey, Barb and Len and Carol. Okay. Let me show you. I always say I'll show you when I'm done and I'll forget. So let's look at the beautiful butterflies, and I find it's easier to just go ahead and look for my stamps in the page than to try to think I could find it on my own. So this is the stamp set that you can earn free with a minimum $60 order. Beautiful butterflies. And then here you have the hybrid embossing folder. So I will be ordering my folder soon. It was out of stock. I believe it is in right now. And then I'll be creating with that soon because this will stay. Celebration will be going away. All right. So to make this card the easiest way, I have a piece of the Blooms Impressions designer paper. Again, this is a paper you can get for free with a minimum $60 order. And what I have done is I have cut it 10 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I'm going to score it at 3 7 1/4 inches. Let me put this here. That's, again, I was scrambling this morning. So this is your fancy directions. Go ahead and take a screenshot. Okay. But if not, I'm going to also walk you through it. So with this here, I am going to score it at 3 7 1/4. Again, this is the easiest way. Okay. So here I'll score it at 3 7 1/4 inches. So now that I have that, I can fold this up, and even when you score it, make sure that you're nice and even on the edges. I'll go like that, like this. And you can start to see how that's going to be my envelope, like so. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the top of this envelope. So I will take my ruler. Y'all know I love creating with a ruler. And I'm going to measure down 1 1/2 inches. Let's see. So I've got 1 1/2 here. I'll measure this side down at 1 1/2. And then I will split the middle. So since this is 5 1/2, you need to measure at 2 5/8. So basically, 2 5/8 is you go to 2 1/2 and you add 1 more eighth. That makes 2 5/8. So I have that here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut from this mark to here, this mark to here, and that is going to make my envelope. So while I'm doing that, let me give you guys a tip for your animals. I don't know about you, but my little old dog is not fond of going out in the snow to piddle, to do his business. So Danny puts a tarp in the backyard. Just, you know, doesn't have to be a huge tarp, but puts a tarp down. And then after the snow has fallen, he takes the tarp up, and your dog will have a nice grassy area to go do the business. Isn't that smart? Because if not, they do not want to go out, and I don't blame them. Okay. So now that I have this, that creates my envelope. And then I have a piece that is 5 1/4 by 4. And let me stamp something on this. Let me get a mat. Got them right here. Okay. So this is just a foam rubber type mat I get from, actually I got these from Walmart and cut them in half. So on here, I'm going to use the heart-shaped bundle. Again, this is a free celebration item you can get with a minimum $120 order. And I think I will, let me see, I don't even have it mounted. I am going to, so you can tell I always save my extra pieces because you never know when you're going to use them. I am going to take the heart, and I'll put that on here. I think that's big enough for my D block. And then I love the saying, my thoughts of you are all heart-shaped. I will put that here. So I will, let me take my, I found it was easier. Really, I think it's 6 or 1/2 dozen of the other way, whether you stamp your heart first or your words first. So let me just do it this way. It's probably the other way that I would like best. Hello, Miss Carol. Let me see. Okay, so Lynn, are you and Barb still together? They are sisters who come and stamp at Stamp Club. They're a lot of fun. They always spend good time together. So I was wondering if y'all were staying together in the snow to create. They're very avid stampers. Okay, and then here I will, oops, stick my finger in the pad. Okay, my thoughts of you are all heart-shaped. Oops. So here, I will just put that here. My thoughts of you are all heart-shaped. I have some little, let me see. These little flowers are really stinking cute. So I will, let me just put these back. If not, I will not find them. I promise you that. Let me stamp. I wish I had my newer pumpkin pie pad. I don't, but this should work. Put my little flowers there because this one needed re-inking. And then you have, oh, I don't have those stinking cute little leaves. We used them. Honest, y'all, I haven't unpacked from the retreat yet. I had about 7 different projects with that. I haven't unpacked from my stamp club yesterday. I think that's what I need to do while I wait for the snow to fall. But anyways, you get the idea. Here I have my little inside. We'll put this on here. And then when I just put it in the middle, move my cutter. Then I will have, I thought I had my rhinestones. Put little rhinestones on here, but you see how easy that is. And then you could just put something on the front. I just wanted to blow through this one really quick, which I did, to go ahead and just show you the other one. So that's, but when you do it this way, you actually, all of your outside is the same color. But really and truly, it is the easiest way. The way Stephanie got the different designer papers is she did it on cardstock. So your base is a piece of cardstock, and then she went all the way to the edge, which you can do, but I'm going to show you how you have that cardstock edge all the way around so that you can see it. So this is your easiest way. Just cutting your designer paper and then decorate that. Okay. So to do this one here, there's my leaves. Dang, I almost lost those. Wow. Okay. Look how little that is. Tell me that wouldn't be fun to find in the stamp room. Okay, pretend the other one has leaves on it. Because it is starting to snow. Moving forward, here's what you're going to need for this one. You are going to need a 10 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of garden green. And I am going to score it at 3 7 1/4. You're going to, and then I'll show you when we measure down. So this we're really going to do just like the designer paper. Then you're going to need your inside, which is 5 1/4 by 4 basic white. But the cool thing is you need 4 pieces, and I did like 2 of the same designs, you know, 2 of each, but they're all the same size. So these are 4 pieces that are 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and this is the Mediterranean Blooms Designer Series paper. And then here we have the back piece, which is 4 by 5 1/4 Mediterranean Blooms. So go ahead and take your screenshot on that. Oh, Mary Kay wants us to send some snow to Baltimore. I thought y'all got quite a bit of snow, Mary Kay. Not this time, but I think on a regular basis, y'all get more than us. But you know what's crazy? I was talking to one of my team members in Florida. They actually went to school Monday on President's Day because naturally you don't factor in snow days in Florida. And they were out for 4 days. I mean, how crazy was that when a couple of weeks ago they were getting snow? You just never know. So again, this is the card I'm getting ready to create right here. All right. So I'm going to take this, and just like I did with the designer paper, I'm going to take my cutter and I'm going to score it. So here I'm going to score it at 3 7 1/4. So always make sure you're flush on the top. Got my 3 inches. And then 7 1/4 inches. Okay. So I have these here. Let me close this. Oh, it's really starting to snow. Evelyn said, don't send any snow to Germany. We've had lots and lots. They say that tomorrow there's going to be spring temps. So much looking forward to that. I bet you are. And honestly here, the nice thing, Evelyn, is that in probably a week or more. I know we're in for a cold week this week, so not much will melt. But honestly, it is 40 degrees one day and 70 degrees the next. So this is our roller coaster time of the year. So here I'm going to measure for my envelope flap. I'm going to come down 1.5 inches, as we said before. Come over here, and I will do 1.5 inches. And then my center is going to be 2 5/8. Okay. So I've already talked to my neighbor Debbie, and we both agreed we're going to go for a walk later. Walk around the block. So pretty. So here, I'm just going to cut from that 1.5 mark to the center. And I'm just lining those marks up in this track here that I have. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same over here. Okay. And that is what's going to make my envelope. Now, basically what I'm doing with this, with the designer paper pieces, I'm layering them on here. So this was 4 by 5 1/4. This is going to go on the back. And there is a 1/4 inch space all the way around. So I can put this on first. I love the blue that's in there also. So this will go here in the center. Now I will have to cut the tops, but while I'm here, I will go ahead and make sure I got my pieces here. I can put one of these on the bottom. And let's see. So I can put this one here. Okay, so I will do that. And they are different. That one is a little more dense than this one, but still very pretty. But see, then you start playing with it like, oh, which one do I want? Oh my gosh, Colleen, make a decision. Okay, I'm going to put this one here because I do like the yellows and the orange colors together. So that is just a 1/4 inch smaller, so that goes there. Then when I turn it over, I can go ahead and take this one and I can put it in here like such. So I'm just doing these to get them out of the way because they fit nice and even and nothing has to be cut. Put that there. And I will warn y'all, these are addicting to make. I could sit here and make it all day long. So much fun. Now I have to cut the angle for these two. So what I'll do here, I'll bring my cutter back. So on these two pieces right here, these are the two, all the same size, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. So I have those. I'm just going to measure on one. So let me get my other cheat sheet because I don't want to mess this up. This is where I messed up last night, but I learned a lot. Okay, so here I will take my ruler again, and I'm going to measure 1.5 inches down on each side, just kind of like I did before. 1.5. Okay, we got 1.5, and then my center. So again, with it being 5 1/4, I'm going 2.5 1/8. It's like I gotta find my marks. Okay, and I'm gonna try to cheat. The only thing I will say is when it does snow in the stamp room, I feel like I'm in a dungeon because I have 3 skylights that go across and they're at an angle and it gets covered in snow. So I just feel like I'm, again, frozen in like an igloo or something, but that's okay. I won't be here. I'll be out playing in the snow. So here I'm going to try to cut 2 pieces at the same time. A little risky, I know, but what can you say? So I'm going to put my marks there and there. But I do know when I do this, I'm not going to just hold the paper. I need to be holding the paper and the cutter. And the reason being, let me make sure I got that right. Reason being is because they can definitely just slide. For some reason, one of these is just slightly bigger than the other. Y'all know that'll drive me crazy. 2 3/4. Let me see. 2 3/4. Oh, it's this one. Okay. See, that's the problem with the drafter's eye. Look, it was that much off. Oh my goodness. So anyways, there we go. I'm happy now. So I put that there. And where'd my other mark go? Oh, wrong side. Here we go. I'll put this here, and that's my top. There and there. Sorry, it's hard to see on the paper like this. Okay. Cut them both, and I'm going to save these right here. And then on this side, I'll just make sure it's stacked up again. Go from my center to the mark right there. Okay. Center to there. Hold on the board and also on the cutter. And I've got my 2 pieces. So these will go on the top and the bottom of here. So see how it fits now, and that I can, let me get this one. I don't know why it would make a difference. So like that. Okay. So looking at it, here's how you can fix it. I think it is right, but if I wanted to, I could angle that one just a little bit more, but I'm not. Y'all probably don't even see that, but I see it. Anyway, if you want a perfect card, go to Hallmark and pay $8. If you want one made with love, then come to me. Okay. So I have that. There we go. Gotta love liquid glue because you can move it around. So I have that one there. That is all wonky. And then for the outside, I have this one here. Okay. Y'all know I can't live with this. So I know perfection is overrated, and I never expect it from anybody else, just from myself. So here's what I'm going to do, y'all, because I mean, I need to live with it. I think it's all good here, but see how it kind of goes up and it's off a little bit. I'm going to trim from this corner just slightly over. Let me mess this up. Y'all know I don't know how to edit anything, so it is what it is. Okay. That's what I took off. Oh my gosh. You don't have to be crazy into stamping, but it does help. But look, it looks so much better. Okay. A little bit matters. Okay, so let me just put it on here and move on. So those in our area can play in the snow too. Okay, but look, it looks so much better. It's perfect now. Should have done that on the other side. So here you have your outside, like that. Here you've got your inside. And now for my actual centerpiece, because there's a couple things to do there. And of course the outside. I actually used the butterfly set right here because I loved Time to Celebrate. And I do want to make this into a gift card holder. So those 2 pieces I told you to hold on to, I'm going to take one and I'm going to glue it here. And then I'm going to take one from the other side and I'm going to glue it here. But I'm only gluing it on the 3/4 right there, on the side and the bottom. I'm also going to stamp it first because if I mess that up, then I've still got a good chance of getting it right. So here, let me grab my Time to Celebrate and my Garden Green. All right. Time to Celebrate. And everybody loves that. Let me pull it just a little closer so I can get it straight. And y'all know when I stamp this, I always like to make sure you're looking at what is straight. So it would be hard to get it straight if you're looking at the cursive part. Always look at what is straight and line that up with the edge of your cardstock and you get it. All right, so here I am going to take this. And again, just the Tombow glue I like because it's very strong, but I'm just putting it on the bottom and left edge. So when I put it on here, because I have to have a pocket to slide my card in. So I'll put that there and I'll do this side. Let me see there. I even went out and bought the grandkids new pajamas because, again, they're going to be staying with me this weekend. And I thought when we play in the snow and then we come in and have hot chocolate and I throw them in a hot bath for the day, they can get out and have new pajamas. How perfect is that? I want them to have that memory of being here. Okay, so I have that. I am going to just tape it onto the inside. Okay. And then I'll put this in the center here. So that is your center. Wow, Joan said it's too cold in Minnesota and school has been canceled due to the wind and negative 30 to 40. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, we would be crippled here, not to mention extremely cold. Oh good, Evelyn's as crazy as I am. Thanks, Evelyn. I love it when we're together like that. Okay, so now that I have this, it only takes a second to set. You can take a gift card and when you put it in here, it's going to hold it. So time to celebrate. So we're almost there. I just want to finish up and show you how I did this piece here. And I really do like to do the die cutting in front of you, mainly because if you're watching for the first time, you might not know how to use the die cutting machine. And I definitely want to be able to show you that. So I'm going to take this here. So this is a die from the Mediterranean Blooms. And the designer paper I was telling you about, which is so cool, this is the designer paper that you can cut with your dies. So they have one that cuts the 3 tangerines, oranges here. And then it also has the ones, that you can cut a single. So I just cut it out with scissors. And then what I'll do is I will put it on here. And I always like to use a Post-it note just in case, because I don't want this to be sliding around anywhere. So I just line it up like so. Okay. And then what I will do, let me get it in there. All right. All right, Colleen, stop. Just do it. Okay. So I put this over the top and then I'm going to grab my die cutting machine. And when you're cutting with the dies, I open this up. When you're cutting with the dies, you want to use your base plate, the die cutting plate, and then you must put a acrylic plate down because that's what you're going to cut on. And then put your piece in here. All right. And then acrylic plate on top. So always make sure you're even on the sides. And then when you crank it through, it's cut it. A whole lot quicker than scissors. Okay. So there you have your piece that is cut out. So I'll set that aside. Next, what I'm going to do, I needed something underneath it. When I was first doing this, I felt like when I put it on there like that, it got lost. So I didn't want it to get lost. So then what I decided to do is I was going to take a piece of lemon lolly. And if y'all don't have these dies, these are the best ones to have. I just throw them in here. I don't even try to keep them straight. But these are the Stylish Shapes dies, and they are stitched shapes. So the number is 159, 183, but you've got circles, rectangles, or actually banners and squares. So I'm taking one of these, and I'm going to cut and emboss it, but you have to cut first. Otherwise, if you put nice texture in there for embossing, it's going to squeeze it all out. So I've got that. And right there is my piece. And now what I'm going to do is for my texture, you do different plates. So I'm actually using the Starstruck embossing folder that you can get free from Celebration with a qualifying order. And for embossing, this is not a 3D folder, it's a regular folder. So what I'm going to do is I'll take it out. I don't have to line anything up. I'll just go ahead and put my circle in here. And you're going to use just the base plate. Put your folder down, and then I like to put the 2 plates on top. Technically, they tell you to, you know, base plate this and this, but what happens is if you're not straight when you're going through, you can break it. All you want is that thickness. So I just put it on my base plate, put these 2 plates on top, make sure they're still even, and then just put it through. So by doing that, I have my lemon lolly that is textured. Look how pretty that is. Really, really is a cool folder. And sadly, you can only get these items during Celebration, and they're not available for sale after that. So get them while you can. Time is running out. So on here, I would use a liquid glue because this is really textured, and I want to make sure it sticks well. And I wouldn't put it all to the end because part of this is really cool that it hangs off. So I'll put this on here. Give it just a minute. Yes, it is beautiful, beautiful DSP. Thank you, Amy. She said, great design. Again, thank you, Stephanie LeBeck. She's the one who hooked me up with it. Let me see. Okay, so now that I have this here, I'm going to put it on top, and I am going to put it on with dimensionals, but let me show you these cute little things. I went to Walmart, and you're always kind of looking for a way to close this. Well, one of the ways to close it is with Velcro, and I would just cut a piece. But look how stinking cute that is. They're maybe a 1/4 inch? Maybe, yeah, 1/4 inch. They're small. Oh, it's not, oh, sorry, I was a little blurry there. So what I do is I have the 2 together. So with Velcro, you've got a soft side and a more of a plastic side. I keep the 2 together. I just go ahead and cut that. And then I peel one side off. Doesn't really matter which one. But you do want them to stay together. But I'll put it on the top of my envelope there. And then when I pull this side off, make sure they're together. I close it. And then it's in the perfect place. So when I open it, it's fine, but it'll stay closed like a little envelope. So on here, I'm just going to take some of my dimensionals. I'm only putting them at the top because, again, it's going to hang down at the bottom. It's snowing. Okay. A little crooked there. And then I'll put this here. And I like that because I feel like it stands out more. I've got just that little bit of lemon lolly. It's not enough to take away from it. And then y'all know you can always put where the highlights are, just wherever you want. Some Wink of Stella. I always put Wink of Stella on your designer paper if it's not a specialty paper. And it'll give it that beautiful shine. And that, my friends, is your card. And that's still bugging me. So I am going to go ahead and do the one that I got right. Let me show you. Let me repeat that. Okay, watch. And that, my friends, is your card. How is that? So you can make it like this. You can use any different kind of designer papers that you have. And again, the easiest way is just to use your designer paper straight up, but it gives you all the same color, which is not bad. It's still pretty. But if you want them to be coordinating, you would do it like that. So anyways, I hope you like that. But let me just remind you, Celebration is only till February 28th. We have the regular items, and then we also have the second release items that we have right here. I would also ask that you would, if you liked what you saw today, you'd give me a thumbs up. You would subscribe to my channel, share it. You all know how that whole social media thing works better than I do. But yes, I would just love the more the merrier. More the merrier. Also, anybody who places a minimum order on my website, minimum $40 order, you will get this month's creativity files. So this is a PDF that is made up of 8 different projects. You have the supply list, you have the dimensions, you have pictures, directions to put it together. So it's like an 8-card class that you can receive free with a minimum $40 order. And if you're a demonstrator watching and you would like to purchase it, it will only cost you $10.95. You can contact me for that. And anybody who is on my Creative Inspirations team, they automatically get it for free because I just want to try to inspire people as much as I can. And don't forget the deal with Celebration. Of course, every minimum $60 purchase that you do, you can get free merchandise. But you can also join my team, and there's never any obligation for anything. It's just a great deal. So you would select $125 in product, and then you have two options. So you select $125 in product, you only pay $99 and the shipping is free. And then at that point, you can select an extra $30 in product for a total of $155. Or this is really the better deal. If you don't have the markers or you want the new markers, because the small tip's a little bit different. Select $125 in product, pay $99, and Stampin' Up! Will send you the handmade design stamp set. And then you also get to select 2 color groups that you want of the markers. That's a $91 value because those alone are $35 each. But you can choose from the brights, the regals, the subtles, the neutrals, and all of that is yours without any obligation. If you choose to purchase, you'll purchase for yourself and save a minimum of 20%. You do have a quarterly minimum to meet, but even if you don't order anything, you are good through July. And you can figure out if this is for you, if you like it. I have a wonderful team. We do a lot of stamping together, both virtually and in person. And I would love to help you create. Y'all know that. So everything you can do on my blog, creatingwithcolleen.com. Request my newsletter, shop, and join my stamping family. So let me check one more time. I better get something to eat too. But then I think I will be going out. So thank you, Judy. Thank you, Joan. Thanks, Heather. Yeah, the designer paper does all the work. It really is beautiful. Thank you, Judy. I hope you'll come back and watch again. Thank you, Donna. Again, wonderful meeting you. And hope our paths will cross again virtually and in person. So y'all have a great day. Get out in that snow and play. Oh, okay. Yes, watch the replay, Gwen. And I look forward to seeing you at our Raleigh onstage event next month. So y'all play, be safe, and I will see you on Wednesday the 26th at noontime as we create again. Take care now and enjoy the snow. Bye-bye.